Prairie Playland is a small carnival-style amusement park located in the heart of Traders Village, Grand Prairie. Well, I didn't visit on a day when the full market was in swing. With the number of stalls and size of the parking lot, one can only imagine that shopping is a pretty big draw. When the park decided to start adding amusement park rides, it went relatively unnoticed until the addition of Prairie Screamer. This is a park that those seeking out coasters will now want to visit. Find out everything you need to know to visit Prairie Playland. With smaller parks, especially family entertainment centers, the price can be a bit too high for what you get. But Prairie Playland offers a very reasonable all-day wristband for about $18 or $21 after tax. There is a pay-per-ride option if you'd like to experience only one or two attractions, though I'm pretty big on maximizing one's money through unlimited wristbands. The important thing to note is that non-riders don't have to pay anything. So, this is a great way for adults to get some shopping in and watch their kids have fun on some rides while not breaking the bank. There is a $5 parking fee for everyone, including shoppers, who visit Traders Village. Parking can be paid via credit card, which is good to know since I don't always carry cash around nowadays. This park is also about 20 minutes from Six Flags Over Texas. When I visited, I road dropped a few rides at Over Texas with my season pass and then headed over to Prairie Playland. Using this strategy, even with the relatively reduced hours of 11 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m. at Prairie Playland, you can easily stay at Over Texas until around 1 or 2 p.m., which, on a busy day, is about when you'll hit crazy long lines over there anyway. Prairie Playland is fun with a solid flat ride lineup, but with virtually no waits and everything close together, this is likely a park that will only take 2 to 3 hours at most if you're just focused on the rides. The collection of rides features a nice mix of family and thrill rides. I did not venture into the play gym that they have for kids and families, but having one is always a nice touch for any family-friendly place. There's a bouncer, a kiddie drop tower, which despite being an adult now, are always one of my favorites to ride, as well as helicopter, which is a basic spinning plane kiddie ride. But this one seems to be a bit older of a setup than most, which makes it simple and kinda unique. Of course, there's a classic carousel for everyone to enjoy, as well as a nice set of bumper cars that are a bit unique with the steering, but allow you to really turn quickly in. The collisions though were hit or miss with how enjoyable they were. The Scrambler is also a tamer version, so it is solid for families or adults not seeking too crazy of a time on a spinning attraction. For larger rides, you have Pharaoh's Fury, which is a solid swinging ship that didn't hurt me too much with positive G's on the downward swings, as sometimes swinging ships do. So, I was able to enjoy the airtime on the upward swings. Wipeout is a crazy spinning ride that will try to wipe you out. With a long cycle, this does everything you could want if you want a strong spinning ride that will get you dizzy. Plus, you even get small pops of airtime on some of the bounces towards the beginning of the cycle. Yo-Yo looks to be a solid swing ride, which are always enjoyable spinning rides. However, it did break down during my visit, so I was unable to experience it. Village Vortex is a basic lost and loop. This one cycle didn't offer anything particularly noteworthy, though it does mix in a bit of stalled hang time with some quick rotations to offer a bit of everything on its cycle. Finally, you have Flea Fall, which is a very solid drop tower. Despite its modest height, for coaster lovers, you can get a nice view looking directly at Prairie Screamer before plummeting down and floating almost the whole way down the drop tower. Prairie Screamer is the star thrill ride at this park, and honestly might be a bit too big given the other offerings here. The drops seem and feel long, as you could truly feel the power of just how big this coaster is. And the bunny hills offer some very solid airtime. The turnarounds seem to be profiled weird though, so they offered a bit of jostling around that, while not uncomfortable, didn't seem to elevate the overall experience. This park also does enforce not taking cell phones or loose articles on their coaster. In particular, as the attendants will bring a wooden box over to your seat so that you can easily take anything out of your pockets and put your phone to the side while you ride. If you're a coaster enthusiast, wanting to take video with a GoPro on the coasters, just email the park first for permission, as they seem nice and willing to allow this. They just want to double check everything is good to go before allowing you to do so. I didn't try any of the food on my visit. Full disclosure, I ate at McDonald's on my way over from Six Flags over Texas. But there seems to be a variety of different food stalls, including a Thai one that has pork on a stick. I would have tried that one, but it was closed. As I only visited on one day, I can't comment on if the length of lines are always like I experienced. But with hour-plus waits over at Six Flags over Texas, the absolute walk-ons for everything here was nice. It could have used a bit more people for, say, the bumper cars, though. I did get a fair amount of people on the bumper cars when I went on it, so I guess I can't complain too much. Riders seemed enthusiastic about all the rides, as despite the relatively low attendance, almost every ride kept cycling throughout my visit, with a couple of riders on it, which beats the slow Christmas Town days at SeaWorld San Antonio, where I had to wait 20-ish minutes for the coasters to go while I was trying to get off-ride footage. As this park becomes better known in the area, I'm sure that the lines will increase a little bit, but it seems doubtful that this park will get packed like its counterpart in Six Flags over Texas. I also have to give a shout out to the staff at this park, as they were by far some of the nicest and most welcoming ride attendants that I've seen in my amusement park travels. Many would talk with you a little while they were loading you onto the rides, and all were friendly and positive, which really helped to add a strong vibe to this park, despite the sparse actual attendance during my visit. Overall, how good is Prairie Playland? This is a solid stop for those seeking a nice collection of flat rides. Although flat rides like these can be experienced elsewhere, if you're in the area and/or haven't been on these types of rides in a while, this is more than a great place to visit. Plus, having a solid large coaster is a really nice plus for any thrill seekers who want to pop in. If lines are long at Six Flags over Texas, it seems more economical and easier to drive over here for a few hours instead of purchasing a flash pass over there, especially since the flash pass still might require you to wait 20 to 30-ish minutes for most of the major rides. Prairie Playland is solid and enjoyable for what it is, and I'd recommend that everyone make a stop here during a Dallas coaster visit. What are your thoughts on Prairie Playland? Do you find that their ride lineup is enjoyable? Is this coaster too big for this park? Let me know, and as always, Kapkun Krop.
Just imagine you're on a giant steering wheel. Okay.